Welcome to another edition of In the Weeds with Ikard and Lehman, presented by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind is Oklahoma City's premier casino experience, and there are so many reasons why Riverwind is consistently voted OKC's number one casino, but it all starts with their amazing variety of gaming thrills and excitement. Riverwind's beautiful, award-winning environment plays host to more than 2,800 of the latest electronic games with a huge selection of table games, including blackjack match roulette, and Teddy's favorite, craps. No matter what your game, Riverwind has it in spades and hearts. And to learn more about their gaming promotions and entertainment options, all you got to do is visit riverwind.com. Riverwind Casino, always a good time. The Sooners losing to Texas 23-6 was not a good time, Ted. I did
No,
not
it
have
wasn't.
fun.
It
But
wasn't.
we're going to break down the top plays like we always do.
There we go.
Now, it's going to feel a little different because they lost the game, so the top plays, a lot of them are not good for us.
Yeah.
It's just how it works when you get beat 23-6 by your rival. That's just how it works. But this first play, there's going to be a lot of negativity around this offense, and rightfully so. They did not play well. They did not play well. They did not hold up their end of the bargain on Saturday. But let's look at some of the plays real quick where I believe they're doing what they are best at and what their personnel is best at. So this is a formation I talked a lot about heading into this game. We've got 3-by-1. Ted, who's this guy standing over number 3?
That is Anthony Hill, number 0.
Their
The
best player.
linebacker in the country, maybe.
Out of the action, out of the core. And you've got a 5-man box. We've got our 4D lineman here. And then we've got one backer. This safety we know is going to come down and play this weak side eventually. But this is one of those situations where I like what we're doing here. We have them spread out. We're getting the light box. We knew this was going to be the case with the game plan. O-line, not perfect, but we got a nice positive run, Ted.
Yep.
It's
Yeah,
not perfect. I don't like a lot of what's going on up front, but you've created the light box and you get a nice positive run from Tory Blaylock. Best run of the day for him. We've got a combination here between Ozida and Michaela. You got one double team to the backer in the box. Everyone else is just blocking their guy. You've got Weewoo and Baklenko over here just blocking their guy. It is a 5-man box, zone run, duo, whatever you want to call it. You got 3 guys that are man-to-man. You got one double team to the 5 guys in the box. You've got this safety coming down late. You're not going to win any awards for creativity, but it's just a smart football play, especially when you consider how we've struggled to block at the tight end position. And that's one thing I want to point out here. I was very tough on the tight ends when we recapped the game, but they can handle these situations. Remember, this is Anthony Hill. He's a really good player, but Carson Kent, he's in there. He's mixing it up, man.
Just whenever you're out in space, all you're doing is you're shadow boxing. You're getting in the way. You're just coming up and you're getting hands on him. Now you want to maintain some type of leverage, but you're just getting out there mirroring that guy and trying to shield him from wherever. And you're out in enough space where your running back has time to cut off your block, whatever side you get to him.
Yeah. I mean, we got a nice 11-yard run right here. Simplest thing in the world. Spread them out, hand it off, let your running back go be an athlete. Now, one place I think this can be better. Look at what we've got going on with Hito Zida here. And this is something I talked about in the recap. He almost works backwards.
Yep.
That's helping no one. If that guy goes inside, don't shut down his momentum and like working back into him. Just let Fasusi take him farther than he wants to go. Wash him by. Going backwards like that, that's not a thing.
No, you just create. I mean, You just create exactly what you want. You end up caving that guy down and kicking the backer out. And that, I mean, you, yeah, you
He
may want to get something on him originally, but if he's going to wash like that and you clear it, then the back sees it. We don't have a bunch of traffic back there. You just keep going forward.
right. And if he's on the backer now, like he should be, Tory Blaylock's not hesitating like that.
Right.
If he's on the backer now, like he should be, Tory Blaylock's running the grass. That's what running backs do. They see grass, they run to it. But instead of just going, okay, I can run to the grass, he's seeing that color. And that makes him hesitate. Okay, do I need to cut this back inside? Now it ends up working out, but that's one of those small detail things where 77, go climb now and get on the backer. You have to trust the other guys to do their job.
Yep.
I get it. You're coming off, you're like, oh, I'm supposed to hit someone. Dude, that isn't helping anyone. Don't do that. Go get on that backer, cover him up, and then Blaylock is hauling towards the sideline, towards those three wide receivers, or the two wide receivers and the tight end, running to grass and playing with speed. Now, still, really nice run. Really nice run.
Good
11-yard
job by
run.
Satania, getting out there, getting on somebody. Nice physical as a wide receiver.
Good. All right. Good run. So let's look at another one. Let's continue to infuse ourselves with some positivity here, Ted. 3-by-1. Formation we talked about a lot. Who is this, Ted?
0.
That is 0. Out of the core, out of the action. Spread them out. What are we going to do? We're going to run the exact same play. We're just going to run the 5-man box zone play. And look at this. We've got some movement at the point of attack from Heath Ozida. We've got Michaela on the backer now. We've got Tory Blaylock running through trash. We've got a 10-yard run, man.
Yep.
It's not sexy. You're not going to win any awards for it. No one's going to look at it and go, wow, can you believe what OU's doing offensively with their creativity? No. But with our personnel, it makes all the sense in the world, especially when you see things game planning. If you see the opponent's defense lining up in a light box, like, just attack them. I don't know why we didn't run this play 20 times against Texas.
Well, what I like is you hear me talk about this quite a bit. If you go back a little bit, right, after he gets the ball and then you freeze it right here, you'll see how whenever I talk about playing defense against the run, you want to create a straight wall of guys in their gap, right? As a backer, you want to get down here and be a part of this wall. Edge guys right here, the support guy coming down wants to come and fit into this line right here. You want a straight wall across. Whenever you get different levels, you got a guy here, you got a guy here, you got a guy up here, you got a guy here, you got a guy there, and then we're blocked. You get all those different levels. That's where the gaps are for the running back to be able to jitter in and out. So we can all end up in the right gap and on the right side, but because of all the levels and space, there's still room for that running back to find some little creases to gain positive yards.
So you look at it, nice job by Ozida. Look, he's moving 93. He sticks an arm out. That's an arm tackle. Blaylock runs right through it. Michaela covering the backer up, almost getting him on the ground. This is good. Fabechi Weewu, the guy wants to run around you. Just, hey, get some hands on him. Baklenko staying in front of his guy. Fasusi and Simmons battling. I like the strain from Fasusi here. Look at those feet. He's moving. He's trying. The effort's great. I believe the reason I'm showing these two plays is because I believe this should be kind of the core play of our running game.
Yeah. And let me show you, just leave it right here. And let me show you the add-on part to this, which you're coming up here. You're getting good blocks right here. Now, this is cover 3. Okay. Deep third here. This safety in the middle is working to the deep third. This guy's coming down and he's your run support, right? So you can see the four guys that you'd have underneath and the three deep. He's the run support. Well, whenever you look right here, these two guys right here, these are your four. So you have the guy coming down is a flat player. This guy's the weak hook player. And you have the same thing on this side. Well, whenever you start gashing people on this, what does this weak safety have to do? He's going to come up aggressively to fit the run, right? This guy's going to be aggressive to fit the run. That's a deep third player up here. So you can see this receiver's going to run like a little hitch. You can run a hitch. You can run a slant on the RPO action because this safety, the support guy, is diving into the box. They're gashing us in the run. So I got to get up there aggressively to play the run. And that's whenever you're able to pull it here and throw the slant or throw the hitch and have one-on-one in space on the outside.
It's as if you read my mind. If you would have kept running it, Taft has to come to the party earlier.
Yep.
Because they're not going to want to give up 8, 9, 10. He's going to come get in the mix earlier, and then Deion Burks is one-on-one at the top of the screen. Just imagine that Taft is standing here instead of out of the picture where he is. So all of a sudden, this window is wide open. Easy pitch and catch. And that's how you build off this play. Whether it's true RPO or you're really just running play action.
Yep.
That's how you build. You build those combinations, those windows on the outside. And that's you have to have a guy that is at the single receiver spot that can go win. Mm-hmm. Now, every team may not line up this way. A lot of teams may line up and give you a 6-man box. And they feel better. They feel good about what they have in the secondary. But if that's the case, you have to have some guys that can go win one-on-one and go make plays in the passing game.
Yep.
That's what it is, man. But I was encouraged by when we spread them out and took our tight ends out of situations that they have not excelled in and just let our offensive line cover guys up. There were some efficient, effective runs. And I think that that's something that, that's 3-4 yards before contact, running through trash, 10-yard run.
Yep.
That's something you can build on. Is that enough positivity?
That's plenty. It's some good stuff that we could see that we can build on for sure.
This is what I really like. 56, 77. Let's help him up. Nice run. Let's go help our guy up. It's a nice run. Let's go help him up. I like that. That's good stuff. All right. Let's look at a couple of these interceptions. This first one for Mateer, you're 2nd and 10. You've kind of controlled the game. Your defense is playing really, really well. And Ted, you're going to have to help me out. I don't know what he's seeing here. You see the situation. You see how Texas is aligned. We got a better view right here. Offensive line's working here, right? That's Anthony Hill. We're working to the field. We're working to the mic. So we've got center, left guard, left tackle in the 3-man wall. We've got Fabechi Wiwu and Derek Simmons big on big. This walked up backer with how we're sending our protection is Tory Blaylock's guy, right? Simple as could be, 6-man protection. Now, before we try to figure out what Mateer's looking at, this, we talked a lot about details on the recap podcast. And this is one of those details things for me. You've got Michaela. Where are his eyes?
Yep.
Where's he looking? What's he doing? That's my thing. Like, it is a details game. And the fraction that it takes him to realize, oh my gosh, Zero's going backside. That's my guy. Mateer's feeling pressure. He's feeling the color. He makes a huge mistake and just wings it up in the air. He shouldn't feel that pressure because the second I should set and settle right here, he's in perfect position. Do not keep drifting. No reason to drift. You got to trust Heath Ozida to do his job. Right here, I'm settled. Zero works back. I immediately go, 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 go. I bang back. Fabechi Weebu, this should not be a problem at all along the offensive line. Now, Tory Blaylock, he's in there battling, man. Bam. Is it perfect? No. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good for a true freshman. Bam. This is where you go. Not backwards. This is the SEC, man. The pocket is going to be small and condensed. You watch on Sundays, that's where the great ones play from.
Yep.
And it's not perfect. It should have been better along the offensive line. But my goodness, Isaiah Satania is wide open, Ted.
Yeah.
I
can understand why he didn't see him, but because this is a bust by Texas. And I'll show you where, if you want to go back to the original formation, and I'll show you what it looks like to me. It's just, this is a zone pressure, right? So you're going to be bringing 5 guys and you're dropping 6. So we're giving up an underneath zone to add to the pressure. So you're going to have 3 under and 3 deep instead of, like we showed a second ago, cover 3 is 4 under 3 deep. Well, we're giving up a zone to add to the rush. Well, this guy right here makes a mistake. Everyone else is playing a fire zone, which is zone, and he's playing a dog, which he's eyeing this running back right now. Okay. He's got him man to man in his mind. So whenever he steps up to block this pressure, he's adding to the rush. Whenever he should be sitting back in this hook window and playing off of what the number 3 is, and should be kind of in the middle of the field playing this hook, because you got a flat player, you got a third player, you got a third player, you got a third player, and here's your other guy. You're the middle, and here's your other flat player right here. So that's your 3 under 3 deep. So he hugs, and maybe that was a game time decision, but typically that's how a fire zone would work. And whenever you go to the other end, you can see where this ball should go. So whenever you look at it right here, when you run 4 verticals to 3 deep is very difficult, because you put the thirds players in a bind. He's going to have a vertical here. He's going to have a vertical here. He has to sit between those two, right? You're going to get a vertical out here. So you got a vertical on the outside, a vertical on the inside. This third player has to get in here and midline those guys. If you got a vertical on the outside, which I think we do, that third player has to midline between, I can't get there on the outside, but imagine that vertical down the sideline. He's got to midline all of those. So that's how it should be played. Now, this guy's got a midline over here, like I pointed out earlier. So you have to make a decision on the vertical. In my mind, that ball should be sailed down the sideline right now, because he's in a back pedal. We're almost already level with him. You should be ripping that ball down the sideline, in my opinion. Now, we know that we vacated this zone, right? Here's the guy that pressured. So they're missing a guy. They got 3 deep and just 2 guys under, and this guy's already bailed to the flat out here. So you got this massive gaping hole there. So, if you could bang that ball right now and you see that guy messed up and there's zone short, you can hammer it in there. But I think in his mind, he's thinking he's going to have a hook player over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get that. My thing is, when a defense makes a mistake, you got to make them pay for it, right?
Yep.
And this is a huge mistake. Now,
I think it's probably because he's feeling all this right here,
Yeah.
So
It goes
he's
back to
rushed
bad
up.
eyes at the center position. That should there should be he should not feel that amount of pressure. Now, one thing that Mateer, in my opinion, has to get better at, right? Middle of the field's closed. They're in three. I mean, we all can see it, right?
Yep.
He initially eyes are this way. It's cover three. We know Texas's safeties react very significantly to where the quarterback puts its eyes.
Yep.
Puts his eyes. And I think maybe my biggest issue with the play isn't that, it's a bad throw, it's a bad decision, but he's staring at it the whole time, man.
Whole time. Yep.
And if you're in cover three and you're trying to
hold
manipulate
the guy in the middle of the field with your eye, you can look at him. You can, like, if you really want it, you want to look all the way over here and push him that way. But at a minimum, you just look right at him and hold him right in that spot.
That's the next step for John Mateer. You're seeing that from Ty Simpson at Bama. We have not seen that so far from Mateer. That's kind of the next step in his progression as a passer is he has to start manipulating the secondary with his eyes.
But like in my mind, even right here, you got a flat-footed corner that's a deep third guy. Now I know it's frozen and he's pedaling out of there, but Burks is free off the line and should be ripping at full speed. See that? Like he's gone. Hammer that ball down the sideline, or, ultimately you want to find that wide open guy right there.
One thing that you're not looking to do is throw it right in between your two wide receivers.
Yeah, that's that. Like I said, like he's midlining. You're throwing it exactly where he's lined up.
That's one of the throws where you go, it kind of makes you wonder, hey, was he ready to play?
Yep.
It's just the truth. All right, let's look at the interception before halftime. Here's the situation. 3rd and 2, 10 seconds now. The lack of aggressiveness and the lack of confidence displayed in the offense with the way that they managed things after the end of the half was very frustrating for me. I thought it was a situation where, hey, you got a chance to maybe go deliver a knockout blow.
Yep.
And instead we said, you know what? Let's just not do that. Let's settle for the old long field goal and run the time all the way down. That was an interesting decision, but let's look at this other view. It all comes back to details, Ted. We're running sprint pass, right? There's 10 seconds left. It's a long developing play, but all right, see, we're moving Mateer out of the pocket. We're trying to buy some time. He gets out of the pocket. He sets up, and then he throws it. Right? Simple enough. What they're trying to do is take the other receivers this way, right, and get Burks coming over on this over route. Now, I kind of like what Mateer does here. He throws the over route. You look at Burks's angle, Ted. Look at his route. Where's he going? He's going kind of like on this area, right? Over route, taking it, let's say, to somewhere between the E and the X. Is he covered? Yes. He's covered. But every Saturday, I watch college football, and I see guys that are covered go up and make plays.
Yeah.
And one of the things I've been asking John Mateer is, hey, man, sometimes just give your guy a chance to go up and make a play. And that's exactly what Mateer does here. He throws it, and Burks speed turns and runs away from the ball. How that happens, why that happens, he's running an over route to the E and the X. The ball gets released. He starts running the other way.
Yeah. Well,
Mateer looks like an idiot. Is it going to be a 50-50 ball? Yes, quite literally the definition of one. Look where it ends up. Between the E and the X.
Yep.
Where was that over route going, Ted?
Yeah, that's where that's definitely the path he's taking it.
So why, when the ball is thrown in the air, with the wide receiver, when your quarterback's giving you a chance to go make a play, you speed turn and start running away from it. And then you realize, oh my gosh, he threw it. Let me go try and and you're out. You're so far out of the picture, you can't even go break it up.
Right.
You make everyone look like an idiot.
Yep. Well, if you go back to the very beginning, I'll show you the coverage and how this works in the secondary and what they're going for. So we got 4 guys on one side here, right? This tight end, 2 tight ends right there, and then we've got the 2 guys on the outside. Well, I want you to envision Kanik right here just lined up in the backfield like a fullback, okay? And this is your tight end. All right, forget everything else, okay? That would be your tight end, right? So you got tight end, tackle, guard. Like defensively, this is the center, right? And eliminate this guy just so for the picture. He's right back here in the backfield, okay? That circle. That's just twins, okay? And in cover 3 in twins, you've heard me talk about this before. This outside third player, because of the eligible right there, he's responsible for this C gap right there. C7 alignment. Okay. Now, on the snap, if it's pass, he is a deep third player. But since we're heavy over on this side and we're running a sail route, right? The defense has to push this way. Everything has to push. The hook player has to run through. We got to get outside because we're running sail. But we also got a deep crosser here. So the Burks is in a foot race because you know that this guy's in a C7 alignment and he's got to get deep from a tight position. It's a foot race to the middle of the field. All right. So that's the matchup you're looking for. We know what coverage they're in. That's the matchup we're looking for. Now, if he's beating him in the foot race, you push the ball down the field. If he doesn't beat him in the foot race, he's going to take this crosser underneath him, and you got to flatten him out and throw it underneath. And Mateer, in my mind, if he wants to bang Burks, he's got to hit it right now. That ball should be gone. See, now, if you just leave it right there, this is the foot race, okay? We're right there. We're level. But this guy is just getting going. Burks is full speed. That ball needs to be gone on the goal line right now. If you hold it, he needs to work underneath, or he has to start working away from that guy. So he's expecting that ball to be gone. You can see he's looking. Burks is looking. That ball needs to be in the air, but it's not. So he puts Burks in a tough spot. Am I working to space now? Am I going to work underneath? He doesn't know what to do. That's how I see it. That ball takes way too long to be. See, Burks is already throttling because the foot race is over, and that ball still hasn't been thrown.
Details of quarterback, details of wide receiver, and the most frustrating part of this entire play for me, details along the offensive line. We are running sprint pass. The way that they block sprint pass, they just gap slide it. But you got to be a football player, man. The one thing, we're running sprint pass to the right, Ted. If I'm an offensive lineman, where can I not get beat?
You can't get beat across your face.
You can't get beat over your right shoulder. Also, 77 and 69. Who are we looking at? There's no one out there. You cannot be a robot. You have to be a football player, an intelligent football player. We're staring out at grass. The corner is here. There's no one out there but the Texas sideline. You have to know that, man. I mean, you have to know that. That's and then you certainly, if you're Jake Michael and Fabechi Wiwu, you can't get beat over your right shoulder. Details, man. My quarterback who just had hand surgery is going and setting up to the right. I'm doing everything I can to make sure I do not get beat over my right shoulder. Because if I do, then he throws it and gets absolutely smoked by a defensive lineman. Details, man. Quarterback, wide receiver, offensive line. This offense is not detailed enough. And this is a perfect example of it.
Yep.
Ball's not on time. Ball's late. Wide receiver doesn't keep running the route. I get what you broke down, Ted, but I still think, hey, run the route, go make a play.
Yeah.
Be where your quarterback thinks you're going to be. And the offensive line cannot happen. It cannot happen. You cannot get beat. You're in sprint pass. There's no one out there. Michael, what are you looking at? I understand it's gap protection. You have to understand football, though. Block him.
Yep.
You have to know Weewoo's getting bought next to you by that defensive lineman. Block him. If you're Weewoo, you need to talk to Beklinko and say, hey, man, help the tight end. I got this guy. Don't worry about it. But instead, we both get beat right where the ball's going, right where my quarterback who just had hand surgery is setting up. Unbelievable. You ready to look at some plays from the defense?
Yeah, let's do it.
But first,
it's football time in Oklahoma, and you need beef built like our guys on the field. Premium, powerful, and ready to perform. That's Didier Ranch. They're a family ranch right here in Oklahoma, raising and shipping their own beef nationwide. Steak burgers, premium ground beef, and they hand deliver next day to the Oklahoma City metro and surrounding areas. Norman, Moore, Edmond, Yukon, right from their ranch to your doorstep, faster than the Sooner Schooner after a touchdown drive. Premium beef delivered. Visit DidierRanch.com and taste the luxury of tradition.
Getting thirsty breaking down this film? Are you tired of boring water? Are your electrolyte packets too salty or full of sugar? We've all been there. That's why we'd like to introduce y'all to Trevi. Trevi is Oklahoma's hydration company that's full of flavor and electrolytes to keep you hydrated throughout the day. Whether you're tackling a wide receiver, that lingering house project, or your daily workout, you need to be hydrated. With Trevi's flavor-filled formula, you don't have to sacrifice taste for functional performance. And Trevi is giving In the Weeds viewers a 20% discount on y'all's first order when you use the code GameDayHydration at drinktrevi.com. Trevi Hydration, a fountain of flavor. Shaner and Franklin's attorneys know a thing or two about drilling, whether it's drilling running backs on the field or drilling wells in the patch. As former collegiate athletes, Shaner and Franklin bring the same discipline and grit to oil and gas law. The Franklin in Shaner and Franklin is Daniel Franklin, my teammate for 4 years at OU. D. Frank's an awesome dude, super smart. From title work to transactions, they hit hard, play smart, and don't quit until the job's done. So when the deal gets tangled in the weeds, trust Shaner and Franklin to do whatever it takes to get you in the end zone. Contact Shaner and Franklin for all of your oil and gas legal needs. All right, looking at some of the top plays from OU's defense against Texas offense. This looks a lot like a lot of plays we've shown on In the Weeds this season, Ted. I mean, they're just running 12 personnel split zone and the play is dead.
Yep.
It's dead.
Yep, this is a tough one, man. This hurts. It's played really well. Like our Mason Thomas has him right there and misses the tackle. That's tough. But what's really frustrating is he destroys the play before that, just absolutely smashes the tight end and ruins everything on the backside of it. But we slip off on that tackle right there. We're a little soft at backer. And, whenever you build that wall, right there, you see that wall built and it gets through it, you're in trouble because it's out the gate and you got very limited guys on the next level. And that's what happens here. It's tough. You hate that, man. When you get a guy, and credit to Wisner. He had a hell of a game running through some tackles, but that's what happens whenever you can make that guy miss in an 8-man box, right? It's out the gate.
Nice job by Gentry running him down,
Yep.
making him snap it again. Really good effort. But this just makes me so mad.
Yeah.
And 71's going to be a good player. He's not a good player right now. He's going to be a good player, but we got offensive linemen signaling first down. Know your role, buddy. Come on, what are we doing? Look at the effort from Arch, though. Arch is down there trying to get a piece.
Yeah, and that's part of what makes it difficult is him keeping it out the backside. He freezes us a little bit as we're supposed to. It's just those guys are playing their responsibility, but whenever it leaks through, it just makes things tough.
Just 12 personnel, split zones. So right tackle's out, right guard's out. Got a little backside A between the center and the left guard. We're pushing front side. We're here and here. We're working up here. And then we've got the split action coming back to get the end man on the line of scrimmage. And I mean, I don't know what to say, Ted, because they play it well. He's there. He's there to
Yep.
make the play.
Yep. It's there. And you can see whenever he gets off the ball, he smashes his tight end so good that he kind of ruins the cross action, the split action, and muddies the gaps on the back end for Kendall Daniels. And I don't know who that is coming down. Is that Robert Spears-Jennings right here? I'm not sure, but it just muddies everything. And
That's
then
Gentry.
yeah, it's Gentry. Well, okay, this is what I was talking about earlier. That's that C7 alignment. See how tight we are to the line of scrimmage? And, we're bailing on the back end. That's on the back side of that where you just got the one tight end over there, and he's in the backfield. That's basically the formation I was drawing earlier. And you got two receivers out to this side. So you can see that we're cooked over, and Gentry's right here. And him and Kendall have to have an exchange of gaps on the backside as this thing comes. They've got to sort those gaps out. And our Mason Thomas jacks that tight end up, and it just kind of screws up their whole thing. But it's right there. That's the play you got to make. It was a really good job for our Mason Thomas right up to the point of contact, and Wisner's able to run through it.
I do want to point out something, and I got to give Steve Sarkisian some credit. They play hard.
Yeah.
Watch 84. Watch 84. How do you play the whole play? How do you play the whole play? It does not go well early, Ted.
Yep.
It goes poorly. He gets jacked up by our Mason. He runs into injuries on the split action. He's in the backfield. It's not going well. But what does he do? Keeps playing.
Yep.
Key block.
Hard work.
It's an accident. Not how it's drawn up, but the guy keeps playing. And
Yep.
maybe that's a tackle for Kendall Daniels right there. Hey, what should have been a -1 is, hey, it's 5 yards. Okay. But instead, 84's effort, it's a big one.
Yep. He picks off the safety, which, you could say as the safety coming here, you got to leverage it on this side. But,
that's Hardy. Yeah, you're right. That's not Kendall Daniels.
Kendall's up here. Should he leverage it on this side of that blocker and be inside out? I mean, I think he's just trying to stop his downfield momentum because there's no one out to the side here either. So, that's just how coaches have him. I don't know how they have him playing, wanting to play that, where to force it. He's in a really tough spot. It's no matter what side you go to, you're wrong.
This is not where you want to be defensively.
Yep. And it's tough. That's where, Arch has kept it a couple of times on us in this game. I don't know how he at this point, but, he just freezes us on the outside a little bit. So we're kind of stuck out here. We come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can't recover and get back whenever he doesn't have the football.
Yeah. Just unfortunate, though. Our Mason, he's there to make the play, a play he's made a lot this season, and you end up giving up a big one.
You just got to try and work that head across that ball carrier there where you can get some pads on him. If you keep that head behind, it's just you're fighting all arms, and it makes it way easier for those guys to run through.
All right, let's take a look at the only offensive touchdown scored in this game. And Ted, I put this on here honestly to just hear you break it down because I I don't understand where the confusion is. It's 3rd and 8. They can still get a first down, but they motion Wisner out of the backfield here, and they get to an empty formation. Where's the confusion? Like in your mind, what happens here? How do we end up cutting DeAndre Moore completely free in this look for a touchdown?
I'm not sure. It like on the backside over here, it looks like we're playing cover 3. We got a hook player that's going to wall the vertical because it's empty. We got a flat player getting out, and we got a third player, coming back here. So we're playing cover 3 over here. Now, see, we're in the red zone here, so red zone rules start to change on some of your coverage. I don't know it looks like we're doing. We got like a full roll going. So it's basically like a half field with a third player over the top, and you've got a hook player right here, and your converted middle safety has to run with the 3 vertical. That's what I think it is, but I'm not exactly sure. And you can see them talking before, but Dolby, he cuts the vertical loose. That they motioned to empty, so maybe it didn't register with him that they've got 3 to that side now. And I don't know exactly what's going on, but you have 2 guys dropping in the same hook now, right? And we've cut the vertical go. And what I think is happening is Texas expects him to run out with the vertical, and number 3 is going to wall the next guy, and he's coming in and he's running that little Zorro route, right? It's a little check to get the hook player to continue through whenever you stutter, and then you beat him back here across on a little Zorro route. You see, it's like a 4-beater down in the red zone. You see a ton. So I think that's what Texas was trying to do, but we just cut the vertical loose, and Arch sees it.
One of the things, so clearly a bust in the secondary on a simple motion to empty. That can't happen. One thing that, and you and I talk a lot about this on the podcast. One thing I'm not a huge fan of on this play is you are giving Texas a break. We're spying our Mason Thomas.
Yeah.
He's our best pass rusher. And I get it. Like, he can really run. If Arch takes off, you're worried about the legs. Like, I understand the thought process. But just from an offensive lineman's perspective, the second I see 32 dropping, I'm going, oh, thank God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he's lined up. He's lined up to start over a guard. I cannot explain to you the sense of relief that DJ Campbell feels right here.
He's thinking he's getting
He's thinking, oh, man. I mean, they don't 4-man slide it. And that's probably what you're trying to do. You're probably thinking, hey, they're going to see us with 3 down over here. Maybe they'll 4-man slide it this way, and we'll create a 1-on-1 over here with the left tackle. Like, I get that thought process, but I like my best pass rusher rushing the passer in key critical situations.
Yeah. Well, I agree. You know how I typically feel about a spy. I think there's times to do it, and there's times not to. I think it's like 90% of the time I don't like it. 10% maybe I do. here's probably the thinking. If we carry this vertical like we're supposed to, this Zorro route happens and we pull that hook player through, Arch is probably just going to naturally find his way out here, and that's where your spy guy's going to be working. Um, that's why I always say it all on defense, it all has to work together. So if we cover that up like we're supposed to, maybe he gets a free runner, gets a sack, forces a throwaway. You never know. But, just generally speaking, I'm on the same page as you.
Wide open. The only coverage bust I can remember this season.
It's the only play the entire day we didn't make them earn it. It's really one of the only times all year we haven't made someone earn it and just given them something free.
Never good when you see a defensive back doing that, Ted.
Yep.
What?
Wires crossed.
Not good. Bad time. Bad time to get the old wires crossed. All right. Let's look at this. And this is a huge play in the game. 3rd and 7, third quarter. You got him where you want him, right? You got a great opportunity to get off the field, get the ball back to your offense, and go try to make a difference in the game, right? You rush 5, you get good pressure on Arch. You're bringing 5, they go 5-0, they go 5 down. Now they do a nice job. They do a nice job with the twist at right guard and right tackle. Really well done. I know that David Stone's pushing him into the quarterback, but all things considered, not terrible. Left side, coming free. You're free. Dumps it down. Got to make that play.
Yep. Just a couple of, I was pointing at that 3rd and 7. This is the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and 7, right? This is situational awareness. I'm in drag him down mode. I'm not in blow him up mode. Now, if I can close enough to where he's still looking at the quarterback when that ball is there, okay, then I keep that speed and I got a blow up shot. But right here, I got to throttle and come down and just make a safe tackle. If I'm inside out, I cannot lose my leverage. Whoop, back inside. Now we're in trouble.
And
we've lost leverage. We've cut the whole defense off.
So RSJ misses 1-on-1. Heineke runs by it. It's okay. We're going to make the play. Except for Cole Hudson is playing hard.
Yep.
He's playing hard. This is what effort looks like. Bam. He's the center. They throw the swing. He's engaged with Heineke. It just kind of trails the play. Then turns it on. Huge block.
Yep.
Great effort play. O-lineman, you can stand around or you can go find work. Bam. Springs it. And we got guys pointing. I mean, you don't see this very often. He points at him and then DeAndre Moore's like, go that way. Go that way.
I mean, Peyton Bowen comes up and is trying to stuff all that forward momentum. This is a bad spot to be in. And, he comes in and gets to a shot on him and slows him down and is able to slow him down enough for the pursuit to get there. If he doesn't, that sucker is a foot race. So good job by Peyton Bowen coming in there and taking a shot and knifing it.
This is DeAndre Moore saying there's only one Oklahoma. That's right, DeAndre. Thank you. But it goes exactly the way you want it. Arch feels the pressure. He's not comfortable. He checks it down. You're there to make the play, and you don't make the play.
But it kind of goes back to what we talked about. I mean, this Oklahoma, which I still believe one of the best, maybe the best defense in the country. You never know. You check it down to a back. We see guys all over the country. You make one miss, Gabe. You never know what happens, right? Turns into something big.
All right. One more play we got to look at. And I have we ever done a special teams play on here?
I don't think so.
I what the score's 13-6 at this point.
Yeah.
And okay, this block here on Heim, right? Okay, you could say gets him in the side. This block
Hey,
here on Reggie Powers, okay, he's kind of on the side. Like it's a gray area. Okay, if you're letting
well,
those go,
here's the thing though that they look for. If you get peeled face to face, they're not going to call it. Right here, it looks like it's going to be a block in the back, but we turn and you're going to see his face to where it looks like he gets peeled. They won't call that. And he throws his hands up like you see how he's faced, see how these shoulders turn in. That tells the official he got him on the right side. If that shoulder turns the other way, it looks like a block in the back. See how he throws his hands up? In my opinion, that's a really good job walling him with the butt and peeling him. You know, should they have been called? Maybe, but you're making it really difficult on the official whenever you do it like that.
what is not difficult is what happens to Taylor Wein.
Right.
And Taylor Wein's right here.
I don't know if you're going to be able to see it here, but on the film in zone camera, you can see if you freeze it right there, the official is standing on this sideline.
Here, I got the view of it.
You got
I
the long
I
view of it.
I would have I think we can agree that is the definition of a block in the back. He is hitting
Block in
him
the back.
straight in the back,
Yep.
right in front of the football.
Yep. But what you never know is like right there, the referee on the sideline, his vision of it's totally blocked.
Yeah.
And you hope it gets called. It needs to get called, but in that mass of bodies, sometimes it's just not going to happen.
Here's the view. So here's a great view of Heim on the
See,
side. That's
peeled
a
right
legal
there.
block in my opinion. You agree?
Right. Yep.
Reggie Powers, same thing, right on the side of the shoulder pad.
Hip. See that? His hips in front. I think that's a good block.
If we reversed it, if it was OU blocking, we'd say that's clean. So we got to
Yep.
be consistent, man. Those are clean. Those are good executed, like good technique on the punt by the punt return team. What is clearly not legal is that
Yep.
it does not get more blatant right in front of the ball than that. Hits him right in between the fours and his back, Ted. And
Yep.
what you're saying is you're not so sure that this official can see it because this guy's standing between him and that block.
This guy should be able to see it. This guy should be able to see it. But but to my point though, like I get it. He's blocked in the back, and maybe he makes that tackle right there. We'll say he does. But my point is like that's not what created the issue. Like if you go back to the original, right before this clip kicks off, our deep snapper was right here, and he just takes off running right there. And I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's the designated contain guy and he's trying to keep it in, but he was right here and just bailed straight out to the middle of the field. So we lost that guy. We're on the wrong side of leverage right here. We're blocked. We're blocked all through here. We got guys on the wrong side, and you see this massive alley right down here on an angle punt. And I wish we had the finish formation look before the punt, because the punter has his two blockers in front of him over on this side, which tells you he's angling and they're protecting the point of contact where the punter's going to angle and kick the ball down here to this end.
That's on me, Ted. I didn't put the full thing on there. I didn't know we were gonna get into the nitty gritty of the punt. I just wanted to complain about the block in the back, but you're right.
I just didn't know if he just mishit it and we didn't adjust our coverage over there, but it looks to me like he was lined up to kick an angle punt. So it should have been called and we should have been working over there, I think.
It's about as good as you can punt a football, except for punting it out of bounds.
Yeah.
I mean, he pins him in between the sideline and the numbers. You cannot ask for a better situation as a punt coverage team. You just can't.
Yep.
And for whatever reason, we got a bunch of guys over here.
And in the longer clip, this guy is battling Heim the whole way down. I think that's Heim there. Is that Heim or is that Nest? I don't know. He's battling the whole way down, leveraging him on this way. You got to recognize that quick and get back across that guy's face.
All right. So we say 2 legal, and then there's just that's
Yep.
that's as blatant as it gets. Do you think we'll get a statement from the league office?
No.
Dang it. That'd be nice.
Yep.
Yeah. That
Grayson Miller's here, and listen, he's just trying to flatten it out and slow it down. I mean, he gets unlucky because this guy bangs him back across Grayson Miller's face, or he may make that play.
Yeah. No, that's a great point. Well, we're not going to come on here and criticize punter tackling technique. No chance. Well, that was a painful one, but those are the top play. That's what the top plays look like when you get beat 23-6.
Yep, those were the critical snaps that we saw, and it comes down to just a couple of small details on all of those plays.
Please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. Please like these videos as well. And if you really like them, you can click those 3 dots down there and give us super thanks. Other than that, we'll see you next time here on In the Weeds.